Yo, folks, good to see you all. Hope you're all having a good day. Hi, my name is Lampy. Hold on a second. Let me lower this side a bit. There we go. Perfect. Hi, my name is Lampy, small-time illustrator, football-sized moth. I do a lot of drawing streams, occasional gaming streams, and sometimes some live 2D rigging streams. And today is one of those drawing streams where we're getting back into animating the Evil Control Freak hot dog model. We already got the animation set up. Let me show you what it looks like so far. I just need to add... Yeah, actually, the only thing I really need to do now is just add the coloring to the face, the hair... Well, we just need to finish off the rest of the base coloring, as well as add some rendering, like some shadows here and there, some highlights, all of that stuff. And if you ever wanted to see how animation works, well, I guess I could try to show what we got so far. Yeah, we'll figure it out along the way. Anyway, here's a little dance. I hope you enjoy. Now, welcome on in Ryu, Miyoto, or Mayoto, and Tron. Welcome on in. How y'all people doing? How y'all folks doing? I hope you're all having a good day. Start off with a Lampy. Let's see. Start off with a Lampy and his anime body pillow. Why would Lampy have an anime body pillow? No, wait. Actually, and I know that sounds cursed, but hold on a second. Where is it? There it is. Technically, if you think about it... There we go, perfect. Lampy now has his ravioli body pillow. There we go. Y'all wanted body pillow? Here's the body pillow. Here's the results. Y'all asked for this. The moth is almost done. Get the shiny, distracty thing. Stop trying to distract. Also, welcome on in there, Mech. Also, Mayoto, I know you play Elden Ring Night Rain, so I wanted to ask, how's your luck with the new... Have you fought the new Everdark boss? And if so, how's your luck with it? Also, if you decide to lurk, you do your lurking. Nobody, or yeah, don't let anybody stop you on that. Here's hoping somebody doesn't try to tax on it again. I'm gonna tax on it again. Anyway, let's add the pig. Where is the pig? But yeah, no, I just needed to up the prices on those ones just so I have a little more time to work on things. Let's see. Chris. But I think putting the models at 5K definitely slowed things down a bit. If it starts to explode again like before, then I will probably have to reduce the price or increase the price of the model redeems again. But right now, I think we're in the clear. I think we're good. Welcome on in there, Potato. How you be? I hope you're having a good day there, buddy. Let's also lock the pig, which also, by the way, folks, if you like this pig model, you can get it at the coffee page, absolutely free. No charge at all. All you got to do is put exclamation point KOFI. That'll send you to the coffee page. You'll be able to find this and many other live 2D models and PNGs. Yeah, many other live 2D models and PNGs available over there. We even have the very cursed sandwich. We have the cursed sandwich. We have a shark. We have a worm on a string. We got a lot of stuff. Go check it out. Take it all. Let's see. Currently suffering from an infected throat, but slowly getting better. Ooh, sorry to hear that there, friend. I hope that things get better. I hope things get easier, because that does not sound like a fun experience. Yeah, let me see. Last time I redeemed crispy bacon, somebody tried to put a tax on him. Wait, what? Wait, what do you mean a tax on him? All right, let me see. With that being said, let's get started on this. So first we need... Okay, or false alarm there, folks. Just the phone telling me that there's a very dangerous person out in the wild. But this is the city. Who isn't? Okay, let's get started on the rest of this. Let's get that shade of gray. And let's get to just essentially just cleaning this, or not so much cleaning this up, but let's get that hair color in there. Now we're going to start off with we're going to start off with black at first, or at least a charcoal gray. We're going to start with that first. And then we're going to add the blue and purple highlights, because there's a lot of different shading in there. We're going to have to figure out how we're going to go about that. But I got an idea that just might work. And might make it stand out really, really well. For simplicity's sake. Yeah, for simplicity's sake, I got an idea that might make it stand out even from afar. Because again, when working on emotes, that's the main thing we got to focus on, is making sure that whatever we work on... Actually, you know what? Considering that the hair and the ears have the same color tone, let's just wrap those ones in there too. But anyway, what was I talking about again? Oh, right. When working on emotes, you want to make sure that simplicity is key while still keeping as many factors as you possibly can. All right. Now that we got that done... Oh, that's not the hair. That's the hot dog. Okay, so we got to come back here. Remove that selection of the lasso. Boom, there we go. And then... Oh, wrong layer. That is not it either.
Lampy Moth Tax.
No Moth Tax. Yo, Jira, welcome on in. How you be? I hope you're having a good day there, friend. Let's give a shout out to Jira. Also, Jira, have you tried the new Elden Ring boss? Or the new Everdark boss? Good lord. Everybody's been struggling with that fight. Like, I barely know anyone who's actually beaten it. I think I only, like, know one, maybe two people that have actually beaten that boss. But yeah, folks, go check out Jira. They play a good variety of games. Really funny times over there. Really can also be some very chill streams. And yeah, overall, just them and their friends playing some games. It's really awesome. Yeah, it's a really awesome stream to watch. Doing good. How is Lampy? Yeah, I don't blame ya. That... Okay, I have some words about that goat. Like... I see the concept that they were going for, and I like the idea. Okay, based off a concept, they hit the mark. However, there are some flaws to that goat that I saw in that game that I'm just not a fan of. But I will talk about that one a little bit. Also, Triton, thank you for the raid. I greatly appreciate it. Let's give a shout out to Triton, and I will catch up to the reading soon enough. Just give me 1 second. Let's give a shout out to Triton. What were you doing? What were you playing? How were things going? How was Dark Souls? I hope it went well. And everybody stopping by from Triton Stream. Hi, my name is Lampy, small-time illustrator, football-sized moth. I do a lot of drawing streams, occasional gaming streams, and sometimes on live 2D rigging streams. And today is one of those drawing streams. We are currently animating an emote for a not evil control freak. That is literally their name. And we're just currently on the... Yeah, we're currently on the base colors. Hope y'all enjoy your day. I hope y'all enjoy your stay. And if you gotta take care of things, go take care of those things. Never feel bad about raiding and running, because that's what raids are all about. But if you decide to stick around, I greatly appreciate that. I hope you enjoy your stay. How was the Dark Souls? I hope it went well. Alright, let's see. What did Max say earlier? Technically, it started off as lamp tax, but they were trying to text everything on your screen just to get an edge in. Oh... So that's what you mean. They were trying to pig tax or something like that. Gotcha. The dangerous person. I don't know what you're talking about. There's no danger here at all whatsoever. Oh, where you got that impression from? Wait, hold on a minute. Go back over here. There we go. Let's bring that back. We are not starting that again. It's too late. Jira always does that. Trust me, if I could stop people from doing that, I would, but they don't. So enjoy. Anyway, doing good. How is Lampy? Oh, right, I saw that part. Wait, I haven't seen... Oh, I haven't seen you in a Soul... Let's see. In a Souls-like as a boss? Haven't I seen you in a Souls-like as a boss? Who? Lampy or Jira? Or who are we talking about? Alright, let's see. I think I'd rather deal with the Abyss Walkers from Dark Souls 3. Yeah. Oh, yeah, most definitely. Okay, so Here's my problem with that goat. You're not actually fighting the goat. You're fighting NPCs. And those NPCs don't really bring... I mean, they bring a lot. They bring a whole lot. But the goat itself doesn't really do anything special. That's where my problem with that goat is that... Okay, I've had an argument with Requiem about this one before, and here's my point of view. Well, not about the goat. Oh, there's a new boss in Elden Ring. Well, not a new boss, but there's an updated boss on Elden Ring. If you do not want to hear about the Elden Ring Night Rain bosses, or if anything that we talk about right now is spoilery... Okay, let me try that again. If you don't want to hear anything about Elden Ring Night Rain spoilers, because we're going to talk about the new goat, mute or run, either one works. But yeah, we're going to talk about the goat in the literal term, not the metaphorical term, because, I mean, a lot of people like the goat. I am kind of on the fence about the goat. I have some reasons as to not like said goat. Mostly because, I mean, granted, it accomplished what it was supposed to do, which was make the fight absolute chaos, absolute insanity. However, the goat itself doesn't really do anything new. That's where my problem is. Okay, that's not entirely true. The only new thing it does is set up an octagon, in a way. It basically puts you in the arena. It forces you to play PV... Well, not forces you to play PvP, but kind of feels like it. It kind of just tosses you into the PvP arena. Because you gotta play play against a bunch of NPCs. This is what I was saying. You're not really fighting the goat, you're just fighting NPCs. Because the goat is easy. The NPCs that make it a struggle. And yeah, the Abyss Watchers, at least you have fun fighting the Abyss Watchers, because they show up with their own... They show up with their own, you know, unique style of fighting in a way, sort of. And then they do something with fire, I think. I don't remember the exact thing, but yeah, there's all of that. But in this one, you know, you're just fighting other NPCs, so it's like, I mean, granted, it is still tough beyond belief, but you know what? I think the other two, I think the previous two were better. I know there was a lot of flaws with those ones, but they at least brought something new to the table. Kind of. Well, yeah, they both brought something new to the table. This guy only brings you and says, all right, good luck with that. While throwing some stipulations or, you know, like throwing some buffs and debuffs onto the field while doing all of this. Okay, let's see. But yeah, let me see. Hey, Moth, I was stuck on a run for like an hour. I see. Wait, so what do you mean you were stuck on a run? Like, were you stuck in a boss fight for an hour, or were you stuck in a level for an hour? Either way, completely understandable. It is a Souls game, so I am not surprised that the Souls game gives people the struggles. Because, well, yeah, if it didn't give you the struggles, then is it really a Souls game? I mean, unless you played it for God knows how long, then yeah, you know, if you played enough times, then it stops being a struggle. But yeah, you know what I mean. Gonna catch up with everything soon enough. But yeah, that's my rant on the goat. Do I like it for what it is? Or, well, kind of. It gives you a challenge. Which is something that a lot of people in Night Rain have said that they've been wanting, and this is definitely it. Because, like I said, there's still some people that are still fighting it to this day, and still haven't gotten that win. And me? I've gotten at least one win out of this entire time after fighting it multiple occasions. And I'll be honest, I don't know how that happened. It just did. Maybe it was just talking about some Souls boss. Oh, Souls-like boss. Yeah, pretty much, pretty much. When there are lines of ketchup and mustard, I think the Batman, the animated series character, Condiment King. I forgot about Condiment King. That's been so long. Abyss Watchers is so fun. That one gave me... Abyss Watchers gave me a bit of a struggle. I'm not gonna lie. That was a pain, but it was satisfying to win that fight once it was over. But I'll be honest with you, I am not a fan of multi-targeting bosses. And by multi-targeting bosses, I mean more than one boss in the fight. I haven't... Okay, as crazy as this sounds, despite everything, I've played Bloodborne, I've played Elden Ring, I played a good chunk of Dark Souls 3. I kind of got stuck at Sullivan. Kind of got stuck at Sullivan. And then life happened, and so I wasn't really able to finish the rest of it. But I will say, I've never fought Ornstein and Smough, but I want to. I literally have Dark Souls right there, and I plan on playing those games. I just need to, you know, do the thing. But yeah, let me see. Oh, Night Rain. So I've not even bought the game, so I'm fine with things being spoiled. Ah, fair. Also, let's give a shout out to Destroyer. And as for your question there, Mech, I have seen the new episode of Digital Circus. I'm still processing it. That, and I don't want to spoil things, because I know there's some folks that haven't watched it yet. Alright. So it's the goat that is basically Nito? Maybe. Oh, well, yeah, maybe, I think. Lurk, but yeah, I'm not a fan of the goat, but I still want to beat it. Same. Like I said, I got one win, but I want to see if I could get another. I want to see if I could best this freaking goat. Now that I've gotten more experience and now that I've watched some more YouTube videos about it, I think I have an idea. Oh, the Church of Invaders boss? Or the Dark Souls 2 human-sized NPCs that spawn that rock dude? The Dark Souls 2 one. Or if you played Elden Ring, he's basically the boss fight in front of... He's basically the boss fight in front of what's his name? Godwin. Yeah, Godwin the Golden's undead corpse. Or undead body? Yeah, I want to say undead body. It's just basically they spawn NPCs, NPC invaders, and you gotta fight them. I was stuck between Bonfire and a boss, that boss being Nito. Oh. Okay, I'm trying to remember. What does Nito do? Because I also haven't played Dark Souls. Oh, right, like I mentioned, I haven't played Dark Souls, so I'm not exactly sure what Nito does. Is Nito that giant lich skeleton blob thing? Is that the guy with all the skeletons on his head, or all the skulls on his body? He's just like, he kind of looks like, what's it called? He kind of looks like the No Face from... I'm trying to remember what that movie is called. He kind of looks like the No Face from Spirited Away if everything was just a skull. I think that one's Nito. I'm not 100% certain. Who's the skull guy? Because I know there's two different skulls. There's one in Dark Souls 1 and then there's one in Dark Souls 2. But I know they're not the same skull guy because, you know, one of them's just a giant skeleton where the other one's just a blob of skull. With skeleton arms. Either way, you know what I mean. Also, let's snag this and this. Right, we're on the wrong layer. Gotta go to this layer here. Now, I know this seems a little blotchy and very spotty, but trust me, I know what I'm doing. We don't have to worry about being perfect on these spots just yet. And I'll show you why. Well, actually, I could explain that right now. The reason why we're not being absolutely precise on those spots, or, you know, like around the face, is because the face isn't the proper color anyway, so we could actually just go around all of that. We're going to recolor the face anyway. We could just skip that entire part. Wait, that doesn't have a transparency lock? Okay, we gotta fix that. Okay, now that we got that there, we'll come back to the hair later. But first, we gotta get a base color for the head and figure things out from there. Also, let me catch up with some stuff. Alright, let's see. But yeah, go check out Destroyer. I forgot to say that. Also, wait, did I do that redeem? I did not do that redeem. Folks, go check out Destroyer. They play a good variety of games. If you're a fan of NPC, or not NPC, my bad. That thought has been on my head because I've been stuck fighting that goat boss for the past 2 days. Anyway, if you're a fan of first-person shooters, go check out Destroyer. If you're a fan of mech games, that's a good place to go. Actually, not even first-person shooters, just shooter games, because they play a lot. They actually play more third-person shooters than first-person. I don't even know if they play first. Okay, I think I saw them play like one first-person shooter game. Actually, it wasn't even a first-person shooter. I think they were using a sword. So I don't even think they play first-person shooters. But if you're a fan of shooters, if you're a fan of mechs, if you're a fan of V Rising or what's the other one? Warhammer, and go check out Destroyer. If Gun Go Boom, I'm probably down to play it. You know what? Also fair. Fair and reasonable. Oh, didn't want to go into specifics, just wanted to see who was watching it. Ah, fair. Nito has skeleton crew while also being a tank. Yes, he's who you think. Ah, okay, I understand. Yeah, see, that's what I mean. The moment they start tossing multiple enemies at you, once they start tossing armies at you, that's when it gets annoying. Or if it's a duo fight, unless they do the duo fight right. And I do Elden Ring. Get your duo fights right next time. Then, yeah, it should be a reasonable fight to deal with, or at least not as annoying. Unless you're playing Elden Ring. Looking back on those freaking Crucible Knight fight. That was certainly a pain. Oh, right, we were trying to add the base colors to the hair now. So, actually, you know what? We could do... Let's go to the line art. Where's the line art? There it is. We're just going to select the face, like so. Boom, there we go. And then we're just going to go here, select, modify, expand by 3. Maybe 3 was a little much. Let's select, modify, and expand by 2. Also maybe a little much, but I think this should be good. Welcome on in there only. Hope you're having a good day. Welcome on in there, friend. I hope things are going well. Hello, small VTuber. Yo, what's up? Alright, let's see. Jesus, Elden Ring duo fights. The god... let's see. Fights. The Godskins. Yeah, the Godskins and the Crucible Knight fight. Those ones sucked so much. Those ones were such a pain. Never wanted to deal with that nonsense again. Alright, let's see. Spirited Away, to be honest... Oh, let's see. Spirited Away, no face. Didn't talk until eating the fog. I don't get it. Dark Souls 1 is the one that gave them the obsession with duo fights. Because they did it so right. Yeah, I can imagine. Well, yeah, I'll honestly just have to say I can imagine because I haven't fought it yet. But I want to. I want to try. I wasn't too keen on the whatchamacallit fight, though. Not too 100% keen on the Abyss Watchers, mostly because, I mean, granted. Actually, no. I take it back. The Abyss Watchers wasn't so bad because, you know, you just had to stall out long enough. You would have to fight one of them. Yeah, you would have to fight one of them. And then another one would pop up and, you know, join the party. And then you just beat up all of them. All of that sort of stuff. Or, you know, you try to beat them both up, or you use the one that showed up just to start a fight. Use that opportunity to beat up the main one. Just make sure that health bar goes down. And once that happens, that's when, you know, they all merge together to make one super soldier. And then the real fight begins. Now you can actually enjoy yourself in this fight. Wait, why am I trying to take the hair? Okay, that should be good. Now let's just add the base color. Or at least I think that's how the fight went. I don't quite 100% remember. It's been too long. This is why I gotta play Dark Souls again. There was a fog in Blue Bathrobe. Okay, I didn't watch the movie Blue Bathrobe. That was a customer... Oh, wait. Okay, I think I get it. Okay, yeah, no, I don't get it. Abyss Watchers was just a frenzy, and I loved it. There was no teams. Also true. You know what? That's honestly reasonable. That's honestly understandable. And you're not wrong. That did make the boss fight a little easier to deal with instead of... Because it would have sucked if it was just you fight one Abyss Watcher, you deal with that fight, and then two more show up. No, wait, if I'm correct, it was like one shows up, you have to deal with that fight. Seems fairly reasonable. The second one shows up. Now it's a bit of a problem, and you have to run away for a bit, or at least take some pot shots at them, until the third one shows up and crashes the party, literally, and then one of them's fighting the other. You take down one of them while you still have the time. Because if you don't take down one to help the other one fight that fight, then you're back to square one. You have to deal with them both again. And then you have to run for it. That was a pretty cool way to go about things. Let's see. No-Face Ghost ate a dude who was an amphibian, and then No-Face talked. Oh! I heard frog. All in the same movie. Oh, gotcha. I heard fog. That's what it was. I heard fog. Wait, did they say fog? Oh, okay. I misheard that one. Or I misread that one. See, folks, this is why you have to hit smaller messages. Oh, wait, that was a small message. Okay, I can't say anything. Good luck, folks. I was gonna say for a second, or I just realized, like, yeah, no, that was a small message. So there's no fixing that one. The only thing you can really do is just type in good luck and pray to God that I actually read it right. You're talking to a Yu-Gi-Oh player. Yu-Gi-Oh players don't read. It's not gonna end well. Anyway, let's get these teeth. Let's add those little fangs. Actually, you know what? Not the fangs yet. Take the whole mouth shape for now. Gonna put that. Then we're gonna get ourselves a dark red. Dark shade of red like so. Then we're gonna get a much brighter shade of red. Almost pink. Practically pink. You know what? It's pink. There we go. And then we're all good there. Next, we're going to snag the fangs. And then we're going to add that bright shade of white. Now we need some green. Yeah, we're going to get some green over here and add that to the arms on this side. Now, we actually got the easy part out of the way. Now we're just at the tedious part, where we just have to add all the... We're just at the tedious part of adding all the shades, or all the colors. Because, funny enough, we're going to have to do that for all three of them. Actually, there might be another way to get around all of this. I'm going to try something a little crazy. Okay, so we got that done, so we need to go back over here. What the? I said go back over here. We got to zoom out. Because we got to see... Ah, there they are. Just got to get the boots. And now that we got that, just gonna go to the bottom half here. And I will catch up with the reading in a little bit. Wrong shade. There we go. All right. So we got almost everything set up. Now we just need to go back to the hair. Whoops. And we gotta get purple. And we gotta get blue. There we go. But before we continue from there, let's catch up with the reading. All in the same movie? Ah, fair, fair, fair. Also, the Abyss Watchers, because I think that's a pun, so I'm skipping it there, Spock. Also, the Abyss Watchers was Big One is being fought by its many smaller brothers, and also you are here entertaining the fight, but they steal chair. True. Like, they were dealing with their own stuff until you showed up. Like, they were just duking it out between one another. As soon as you walk through the door, like... Actually, I'm trying to think. What would be a good example of how their reaction as soon as you walk through the door? You know what? There we go. I got it. They were just having their own spat. They were all having their own fight. And you walked through the door, and everybody started staring at you like you owed everybody in the room money. Or... I don't know if it was just a me thing or not. Maybe it was just something I experienced in life, but it was usually whenever you and some friends, or you and your brothers are roughhousing, and then that family friend rolls on in, and each and every one of you already knows showed up at the person that walked through that door showed up at the wrong time, because they're getting into the roughhousing whether they like it or not, and they are public enemy number one, and they better start running. That's basically the Abyss Watchers. Alright, now back to the hair. Here's what we're gonna do. So let's select all of the hair color, and let's get some purple. So we're actually going to get our brush, increase the size of that brush. We're going to drop it all to 0% sharpness. Going to toss some purple there. We're going to toss some purple here. Yeah, maybe a little more purple in this direction. There we go. A lot of purple there, a lot of purple. Purple here. Now we get our blue. Oh, right. Also, in case you're wondering, we are using the mouse clicker for this one. We are using the mouse for this because if we use the pen tablet, no matter how hard you press, it's not going to have the same blend. Yeah, it won't be able to blend as well as just clicking it with the mouse. And not only that, but putting a lot of pen pressure onto your tablet probably isn't the best of ideas. So, in order to avoid all of that, just click on it. Just get your mouse and click on it. If you don't have that, maybe you could find a device or maybe you could find a way to make it a little bit easier to work with those sort of things. All right, let me see. purple? Purple. Hey, just in time there, Tron. Yes, we are indeed adding the purple. Fun thing about animation. Already tried to run in there with a pun. I'm not trusting that message. Also, welcome on in there, Zeracles. How you be? I hope you're having a good day. Let me see. I was gonna read the full message, but as soon as I saw the word pun, like, oh, yeah, I think I already see where this is going. That and that emote gives it a dead giveaway. Like, nice try. Okay, so, now that we got all that, what we also need to do is that we're going to get this lighter shade of pink, almost a red. I think that's more of a maroon, possibly. We're going to take that. We're actually going to add some strong lines across, like so. Add some lines over here. And some lines over here. And some lines over here. There we go. Then we're going to get that royal blue as well. Add those lines next to it. Actually, you know what? Better idea. We're going to have... Since we just added the stripes right now, what we should do is actually take that royal blue and have it go across the other shades. So it starts there. We just add the blue here. And that should be okay. There, perfect. Now we got the hair tone that we were looking for. And now we got to do that multiple times. Well, here we go. By the way, when's the cult meeting? There is no cult meeting. Stop trying to meet. There was the word, but no wordplay in the message. Okay, then I really don't get that message. Hold on a minute. A fun thing about animation. Puns can be literal action the characters do to survive. Okay, now I don't get it. Okay, now I'm even more confused. Or could you explain that one a little bit? Also, I see a friend playing Night Rain. I think I know who we're going to try to raid into. Once I'm done with this animation, I know exactly where we're going to try to drop everybody. Because I think they need all the support they can get. Okay, I got an idea for this. Since we got everything all set up there, what we're going to do is actually just take everything from this part, cut it, or copy it, go to frame number 2, paste it in front, and just move it up until everything lines up accordingly. And I think right there is good. Let me double check on something. Oh, it's this thing that needs to hide. Okay, so let's go back to these other ones. Hide that one again, because I forgot to do it. Okay, now let me see. Oh, that's why. That was a different frame, kind of. That's okay. We can work with this. We can definitely work with this. We got almost everything set up. So all we gotta do, just take certain parts of this here frame, and honestly, just delete it. Well, first let's get that shade of green, because I still want that. Now let's get that lasso. There we go, that should be good. Let's snag that whole section, delete that. Then we take this layer and merge it down with the previous one. Snag that shade of red. fill that. Take the rest of that green. And take this last section, fill that in. And then we catch up with the reading. All right, let me see. What do we miss? Lurk? All right, you do your lurk in there, Trenton. And thank you for stopping by. I greatly appreciate it. And I thank you again for the raid. And I hope you have a good night, a better tomorrow, and a great week. You take care now there, friend. Okay, let's see. Wordplay can inspire character actions in animation, while it being literal in life would likely be dangerous, like the frog situation in Spirited Away would have killed one or both. Oh, I think I kind of get it. But I'm not one to really look into wordplay, so I don't really know any great examples. But I think I get where you're coming from. It's the whole thing about them actually doing the literal sense, like break a leg. Do people still say break a leg in theaters? Or, you know, for theater? I wonder about that one sometimes. Alright, let's snag that color tone. Let's go back over here. Let's get that lasso tool. And just select the bottom half. Fill that in. There we go. So now we got hot dog frame number 2. We got number 1, number 2. We're almost there. This one we're going to have to do manually, unfortunately. As much as I'd hate to admit it, we got to do this one manually. So, let's go back to square one. Let's get the shade of... Yeah, let's get the face. Go over here. Get the lasso tool. Go to... Yeah, let's get the lasso tool. Or the selection tool, that's the one. Let's get the selection tool. And just select all the parts that show some sort of semblance of skin. Then, select. Modify. Expand by 2. Or you could just use the lasso tool to do it manually, but considering the fact that, you know, I've been meaning to get this job done for quite a while, and I still got many other projects to work on along the way, the faster I can get these commissions out of the way, the faster I can get to the other projects again. Because there's a lot of projects I need to work on. There's some personal projects. There's... Yeah, personal projects. There's the YouTube videos. There's projects I've been meaning to work on for folks in this channel. Yeah, folks who are in this channel. There's a lot of things I need to work on. So the faster we can get all this done, the better. But we're not going to overdo it with the rushing. After all, we want to get it done fast, but we also want to prioritize getting it right. So long as we get it right, that's the most important thing. We should also get it done fast, but let's prioritize getting it done right first. Or else, one, you know, we might not get repeated customers if it looks shabby. And two, me personally, it's going to bug me for the rest of my days if I make it shabby and then, you know, I mean, I've had this happen multiple times or I've had this happen a couple times in my past where, you know, someone says, no, I like this. This looks good. And in the back of my head, I'm like, not too often, but I've had some occasions. Although, to be fair, when I did work on it at the time, I've said this before, where you had those moments where you work on it, and at the time that you worked on it, it looks great. But when you look back on your past work, sometimes you're like, I want to do better. I could fix that. But you don't tell anybody about it because, you know, you don't want anyone to feel conscious or self-conscious about the work they just got from you. So you don't tell them about that situation. But in the back of your head, you're like, I want to work on that again. I want to fix it. But in all honesty, there is no real fixing. It's just a personal thing. Again, for anyone who's here, don't take that one personally. It's more so you know, whoever worked on it, they're always going to have this mentality. So never take it personally if someone who's worked on something looks back on their work and starts to think, I could have done better. I could have done this. I could have done that. I could have done here. I could have done there, because it's nothing against the work that you got from them. It's literally just them overthinking their work every single time. And they can make some of the best work imaginable. You could look at it and say, this is flawless. In their minds, they're like, nah, I could have done this. I could have done that. I could have fixed here. I could have fixed there. This is a problem. I should have fixed this. And there's nothing to really fix, but it's just you. It's just you being you. Sometimes. Yeah. Or at least maybe it's just me. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. But I've heard of other people go through this too. Where you just want to fix the work, but there's nothing really wrong with it. It's just that. Yeah. Anyway, let's get back to the project at hand. So we got the mouth. Now we got the hair. Now let's add that purple. Let's go back and get that purple. We need purple. And we need blue. Or cyan. Or whatever color that is. There it is. Also, let me catch up with some of the reading a little bit. Not only is it said in theaters, I was a kid when I used as a tactic. Oh, let's see. Not only was it said in theaters, I was a kid when it was used as a tactic in Olympics by a skater. I know which one you're talking about, and I realize the pun. You could go eat a lemon. Can confirm, am a returning customer. Totally recommend commissioning Lampy. No, thank you. I greatly appreciate that. Also, let's save. Let's go back over here. Go get that purple. That is only 30% opacity. We want 100. There we go. That should be good. Let's add some purple there. Did I add purple there? Let me look. I did not add a lot of purple there. Or it was something more like that. Okay, that should be good. Now let's get that blue. Get that blue there. And a little bit more there. And I think that should be okay. Maybe make it smaller. And that should be a-okay. Now, what else did I need to add? Oh. Well, actually, first, let's get that shade of purple again. Let's add that underneath the hair flip. Or hair bang? You know what I mean. I'm going to put it right there. Now, let's get the blue. And let's get that red. And let me see the next step. Okay, let me see. So it's red, red, red. We're going to go back over here. Start with the red. So 1 line of red, 2 line of red, 3 line of red. Wait, is that where it's supposed to be? Yeah, 3 line of red. Now we go to the blue. 1 line of blue, 2 line of blue, 3 line of blue. No, we're good. Should be okay there. Yeah, that should be okay. Now, last but not least, the last part we needed is to get... Actually, hold on. I need to go back over here, get that shade for the ear, put okay. Deselect everything, and then snag this whole part. Oh, this doesn't have a transparency lock, does it? It does not. Okay, so we're going to have to fix that up a little bit. Snag this whole section, delete that. All right, we're good. Just going to snag that ear. Also, I wanted to wrap this up, or not wrap this up, but I did want to see if I could finish it today, because I'm also want to fight that goat again in Elden Ring, or in Night Rain. Oh, speaking of Elden Ring, though, folks, tomorrow Elden Ring streams are back. We're gonna be working on that. So Or yeah, we're gonna be playing Elden Ring with Amitrax again. We're gonna go try to find the jar man. So if you wanted to play, or yeah, if you wanted to watch some classic Elden Ring, okay, maybe not classic, but some OG Elden Ring tomorrow, I believe at 2:30. I want to say either tomorrow at 2:30 or 3 p.m. 2:30 p.m. or 3:30 or 3 p.m. I'm not 100% sure, but it should be one of those 2 hours. So around the 3 p.m. mark. Or around the 2 p.m. mark. There we go, that's the one. Feel free to stop by. Last stream we beat... No, it was the stream before that. Last stream we beat Darth Vader. And now we go find the jar. I don't know where we're going to find the jar, but we'll find him. Let's get that green. Now let's snag that spot over there. That is not the green. There we go. Also, Brino, welcome on in. Let's give you a shout out. What were you up to? How are things be? Hope things are going well. Folks, go check out Brino. They play a good variety of games. Really awesome streams over there. Really chill times. They can definitely get active. But overall, it's a really great time. Go check them out when you get the chance. Really awesome people. Also, I've never heard of Door... Yeah, I've never heard of Door Dogna. Dogna? Dogne. Dogne. I think that's how you pronounce it. I don't know. But yeah, what is that game? And what's it about? How do you play? Okay, let's go back over here. We're going to snag the hair. Or we're going to snag the boot color. Go all the way to this side. And there we go, all set. And now, frame number 3 is finished. 3 more frames to go. We're almost there. We are almost there. We just got to go to frame number 4 and clean all that up. Oh, right. Before we do, let's snag the skin tone and the mouth tone. And in case you're wondering, yes, that is the peanut butter jelly time dance. Now for this side, it should be a little easier, so we don't really have to use the wand select tool. We could just use regular lasso for this. Boom, there we go. Now let's just put... Not that. There we go. Right, wrong frame. No, don't deselect. Okay, we got it selected all over again. Okay, let me go to the new frame, which is up here. Frame number 4. Let's get that selection tool. Snag this whole thing. We're going to try this one more time. That also reminds me, I have not watched any newer episodes of King of the Hill yet, but I want to. It's just been a very, very busy week. And a lot of night rain. But I will get to it soon enough. Soon enough. Even though I had 4 days free, a lot of it went to night rain. So, yeah. Let me see. There we go. And now let's go to this part. But this part should be relatively easy because we're just going to do what we did last time. We're just going to copy the frame, or yeah, we're going to copy half of the frame and bring it right back. I forgot to put that at a lesser... You know what? We're fixing that now. Hold on a minute. Well, hold on. Since I forgot to do that, I'm going to let that one slide. Welcome on in there, Scott. Thank you for redeeming this cursed thing. Aiming Lampy in chat, how's everyone doing? I was doing fine till you did this. Now we're stuck with this for about 30 minutes. Also, that reminds me, hold on, I'm going to update that now. We gotta bump it up by 10K, which I forgot to do last time. But since I forgot to do that, that's on me. But now we will bump it up here. Where did it go? Edit. We're gonna change that 1 into a 2. Now we're gonna save. There we go. Now it is officially 20K. Enjoy it for while it lasts, as it'll go away real soon. And by real soon, I mean, I want to say about 8 more streams. 8 more streams, I want to say it'll be gone by then. So, let me see, when did that happen? About 1 minute ago, that was 8:04. Okay, so once it hits 8:33, that is when it goes away. So enjoy it. Wait, yeah, as soon as it hits 8:33, that's when it goes away. Enjoy it for while you have it. But yeah, let me try to catch up with some of the readings since we're here. It's French. Oh. Dajon. That doesn't sound French, but you know what? Close enough. All right. I don't even think that was pronounced properly either. I'm pretty sure I butchered that word, but you know what? It's okay. Really hard to say? Indeed. Especially for an American like me. I don't know how to pronounce Jack. Totally, I saw... Oh, wait, let me see. I saw American Psycho, as now I want to rework my personality like Patrick Bateman. You did not want to be anything like Patrick Bateman. Half joking. Which half? It's a discover puzzle. I would best describe it. The game is made with watercolor, which gives it a Ghibli vibe. Oh, hey, nice. That sounds pretty cool. Y'all would spam those emotes right now, wouldn't y'all? Hands Ryu this business card. Oh. Hands Ryu his business card. Duck egg white with Helvetica Farm. You know what? You know what? I too relate to Patrick Bateman right about now. My pain too is constant and sharp, considering that I'm in this freaking getup. And because I'm in this freaking getup, I do not wish for a better world for anyone. Especially none of y'all. And if given the chance, I would inflict my pain upon others. Especially since I'm in this getup right about now. I too would like to inflict this pain on others. Actually, no, I wouldn't. Whenever I hear someone else bring up, like, so maid costume win in someone else's stream, I just immediately start to tell that streamer, run while you still have the chance. Don't let them get you. Don't let it happen. Don't let it happen to you like it happened to me. Run. It's gonna happen to them, unfortunately. I already know it, but yeah, no, that's it. I already know it's gonna happen to them. Clamping maid needs a way to hold a gun. Or needs a way to hold the gun. Maybe. You know what? No. I'm not drawing this. I know a way where the lamping maid could have a gun, but I'm not going to tell anybody because that is something... Well, one, I don't feel like brainstorming it, and two, that's not something to think about until we reach that absurd goal, which we're never going to reach. What do I mean? every time I set up a celebration stream, I put the Lampy Made model as an 8K model. Because I know, one, I don't want to do this. Two, y'all would expect me to put in a lot of work, which means I would have to put in a lot of work. And three, I don't want to do this. But I have an idea, but I'm not thinking it too much into it. Anyway. Now, let's get that shade of red. Let's bring that back over there. Let's snag this whole section. And just color in the tongue. Boom. There we go. Alright, let's see. So funny to see people idolize Batman as an alpha, but he was such a dork in a bad way. Wait, what do you mean, like, idolizing Bat... Okay, I could see why people would idolize Batman, but... Wait, which part are we talking about? Because there's a lot of different Batman. There's a lot of different iterations of Batman. And you can't tell me that idolizing Batman from Batman the Brave and the Bold isn't a good idol, or isn't a good person to idolize. Because at least from Batman Brave and the Bold, he didn't take things so seriously. He was willing to throw quips with the Joker and those ones. Like, whenever the Joker said a joke, Batman would throw a joke right back at him, right before he would punch him in the face. So there you go. Oh, Bateman. Oh, okay. Yep, see what I mean? I can't read today. But I will say this, I mean, to be fair, Patrick Bateman was also, or the guy who played Patrick Bateman was also in the Batman movie, so, or the Dark Knight movie, so technically he is kind of a Batman, and you really think about it. But yeah, going back to that one, now that you mention that, yeah, I don't know why people idolized Patrick. Oh, you know what? The people that were idolizing Patrick Bateman are very similar to the people who idolized Scarface. They just saw how cool the character looked, or how calm and calculated and how successful their life looked, without realizing the main message behind that is these are miserable, miserable people. And Scarface didn't even last that long. That's the, you know, I never understood that part. Like, why would you want to live the Scarface life? Did you not see how it ended? Did you not see how these movies go? Like, every time. The Scarface, actually just literally any movie where they were, you know, making it big, trying to reach the top of the mobster, gangster life, it never ends well. But everybody idolized those characters. And Patrick Bateman's also another example of that, where dude had multiple mental breakdowns. Dude is a literal psychopath. Because he's not all there. He's and even then, he does not have a happy life. That's the whole reason why he's doing all this insanity nonsense. He is not really... It's not going well for him. He's got a lot of money, but it's not going well for him. So whenever I hear, like, oh yeah, what Reem just mentioned, where, you know, they're just idolizing this character, like, did we watch the same movie? Did we see the same story? How did we get different messages from this? This is not... Okay, whatever. I think it's the same thing, like how some people... Okay, don't get me wrong, we're going down this road, but it's like the same thing about how some people idolize characters like Goku and Vegeta. Now, some of you might already be typing right now, trying to yell at me, like, what do you mean don't idolize Goku and Vegeta? Would you want their life? I know turning Super Saiyan sounds cool and all, but Goku saw his friend die. Twice. Goku died. Multiple times. I don't know about anybody else, but I think death sounds like a very painful experience. Now, imagine doing that more than once. I don't know about that. And that's just Goku. Let's talk about Vegeta. Would you want to be someone so strong that is constantly living in another person's shadow? Never getting that win? Because, let's be honest, Vegeta never gets the win. He never gets that he never gets that arc, that character arc. That means he's finally, crossed that path. He's finally gotten over that hill. He never gets over that hill. You really want to be Vegeta? I would not want to be Vegeta. I know he's got a lot of money. Well, he's got a lot of Bulma's money. And he's got a happy life and kid. Well, not exactly happy life, but he's got a wife and kids. But he's constantly living in someone's shadow. He's not doing well. He is not doing well. And to have your planet, or, have your livelihood in constant threat every couple of, months? Maybe another year? That doesn't sound great. I don't know about you, but that doesn't sound great. I would not want to deal with that life. I would not want to be dealing with all that. All right, let me try to catch up with some things. Whew. Lampy's not beating the Yu-Gi-Oh player allegations. Whoever said I was trying? I tell people I don't read all the time. Like, every chance I get. Like, if anyone asks me something, I'm looking at, like, are you kidding me? You're talking to a Yu-Gi-Oh player. You think I read? Yo, Lampy, wanted to stop by and say hi before I go to bed. Yo, Hook, welcome on in. Let's give a shout out to Hook. And then we're going to catch up with the rest of the reading. Go check out Hook. They do 3D works. They play a good variety of games, all that crazy stuff. All right, let's see. But he knows a good business card when he sees one. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. Like, business cards are all about... Yeah, your business is your card. If you don't have a good business card, then you don't have a good business. So you need a very, very nice business card. You need that eggshell white. You need it to be embedded. You need that embroidery going on. No, wait, was it embroidery? No. Yeah, I think it was an embedding. You need some embedding going on in your... Or was it embossing? I think it was embossing. Either one. The one where you press it into your business card rather than everything being print. Like, embossing? There we go. Then yeah. Have some embossing going on in there. No gloss. No gloss. It just makes it look cheap. Why am I going on a rant on this one? Anyway, yeah, just, you're not wrong. He knows his cards. Also, he can get a seat at Dorsia. What's Dorsia? That sounds like a fancy restaurant. And me personally, I've never been too keen on fancy restaurants. Too much money for food that's not really all that great. Let's see. Don't forget being a game dev. That too. Let's see. Let's see. If I had a business card, I would do it in Comic Sans and Wingdings. Wait, let me see the Wingdings font. Hold on a minute. What on earth is Wingdings font? Wingdings font. Image. Oh my freaking god. That's Wingdings font. Okay. For those of you that don't know, this is the Wingdings font. All them little symbols out there. Wait, let me make sure that there's nothing... Yeah, we should be good. Yeah, that's the Wingdings font. All them weird, crazy little symbols. Oh, wait, here we go. That's them all right there. Now let's delete this before I accidentally make a mistake and I missed a symbol that's in there that makes that throws this entire channel away. You haven't heard of Wingdings? I've heard of a restaurant. I think I've heard of a restaurant called Wingdings, but I don't think I've actually heard of the font. This is the first time hearing the font. My sibling's business card once said, not Jason Voorhees. There you go. That sounds like a solid argument right there. It's not Jason Voorhees, then it's not Jason Voorhees. And yeah, it should be good. See? That's how you want to go about things. Like, you just want to tell people, like, if you don't want people to think that you're something, just don't just explicitly tell them, I'm not this. And then people will probably believe you. By the way, this is a joke. They will definitely not believe you. Like the name, not Evil Control Freak. Let's be honest, we all know. Alright, so, let's get that purple again. Let's get that blue. And also, for anyone who's wondering, like, not Evil Control Freak, where did that name come from? That's who we're drawing right now. So in case that sounded like it came out of nowhere, not exactly. That's who's on the screen, so I think that's oddly appropriate. Alright, now let's get that purple. Toss that right over there. Then we get that blue. Toss that right over there. And now we need to get that shade of maroon and royal blue. And I also need to close that window before it's too late. Hold on, let me go close that window before someone rolls on in and starts saying things that get this channel banned, or music that starts playing that's also going to get us in trouble. There we go, perfect. Alright, let me see. I'm not a cult leader. It's so effective, isn't it? Okay, hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. Wait. One second. Okay. We're gonna... Okay, it's been 17 minutes. Okay, so we're gonna give it 31 minutes then, because we're gonna hide this for a second. Where is it? We gotta switch out just for this one thing, because I need to go talk to, Spock for a minute. Okay, Spock. Alright, Spock. Where are you? Okay, there you are, Spock. Okay, so... Spock, we need to talk for a minute. We need to talk about what you just said right there. That last comment about very effective. We need to talk for a second. I just want to say some words. Can you just put your head to the screen for a second? Just put your head to the screen. Okay, I think that should be plenty of time. I think their head should be to the screen right about now. Okay, we can go back to our chair now. Anyway, let's put this back. Okay, that was 18 minutes. So yeah, that was a solid minute. Okay, so we got to give it 31 minutes now, because I took 1 minute away for a bit. So yeah, there you go. It came up frequently enough, they had to put it on there. Wait, what came up frequently? Fun fact, my favorite font is Helvetica. And I like it so much, 10 years ago, I actually paid $200 to get an official PTF from Linotype. That's some real money right there. Like, I have yet to pay any money for a single font, but that's mostly because I'm a cheapskate. But yeah, holy moly, that's official stuff right there. That's how you know they could use it for whatever they feel like and not get in trouble. And also reasonable. I remember in my graphic design classes, the instructor there was adamant on Helvetica. They lived by those words, like, they lived by that font. Like, if there was anything... You wanted some good grades in that class, put Helvetica in your whatever project you were working on in graphic design. You were making a pamphlet, you toss in some Helvetica. You were making a flyer, I suppose you toss in some Helvetica. I don't know the exact reasons why you would want it there, but the instructor liked that font, so you wanted some good grades, didn't matter what you were working on, toss in some Helvetica. And funny enough, funny story about graphic design, I think I mentioned this story before, I'm not entirely sure, but either way, back when I did graphic design classes, or back when I was in graphic design classes, the only times when I would get really, really good grades, when I would just ace it, no problem, was when the only job that was needed was just was basically whenever they taught a lesson. Like, I need you to make, or I just need you to accomplish this one task. That is it. Can you do that? A-okay, no problem. Like, all I gotta do is set up everything according to whatever was described. Okay, yeah, no problem. But the moment I had to make a flyer, or I had to make any sort of advertisement that would catch people's attention, boom. That's when I started, I didn't fail, but that's when I started losing the easy points on that one, because now you have to know what people like. Now you have to catch an audience attention. And that is the toughest part when it comes to anything. Making stuff is easy. Catching people's attention with it is tough. That's the worst part of it all. Like, this is also why I didn't go into graphic design after a while. Like, I mean, I still use it here and there from time to time, but it's not great. And obviously, I'm not going to promote it. So whenever anybody asks for a logo, I send them elsewhere. Like, if someone wants a character design, easy, no problem, I could get that done. Someone wants a logo or a flyer or any sort of stuff like that, they want something for advertisement reasons, I send them elsewhere. I let them know, because I know a few people that can do that stuff. I know people that make that easy. I'm just not one of those people. So I just send them that way, like, okay, I got you. This person you should go to. Like, wait, you're not taking the job? I can't do it. Or at least I can't do it well. I could get the mechanics done, but that's all you're getting. There we go. That's the best way for me to put it. I'm more of a technical standpoint type of thing. You gave me the technicalities. You just want it to function. I got you. Maybe a little too much function, but it still functions. You want it to be visually appealing. That's pretty subjective, and best of luck. Maybe it'll be a hit, maybe it'll be a miss, I don't know. Now let's snag those boots. Let's also save, because I forgot how long ago that was. Right over here. And yoink. And there we go. Now let's catch up with the rest of the read. That cleared? I'm gonna stop. Okay, let's see. Clearly your instructor was a person of refined taste. I mean, to be fair, they did work in newsletter printing during most of their years, until they retired from that and went into instructor work, or became a college instructor. Although maybe it was just their mentality behind it, but there were a lot of people that just could not handle that person's classes. Like, again, I can relate to this, and maybe this is why I did well in the class, where a lot of people struggled with that person's class. Which was this. That instructor, they were definitely a technical person. They were definitely a technical type of person. However, they themselves were also not a people person, because so they were able to do their craft, and they were able to do it well, obviously, because they had that job for so long. They, however, had a lot of complaints in their classes. Some people even cried in said classes. Like, legitimately cried in those classes, because they were extremely strict. You miss a day, you either miss a day, or if you were late 3 times, you're out. You didn't bring in your homework 3 times, you're out. You mess up you slightly mess up. Okay, I wouldn't say slightly mess up, because this is college. But still, this is like a community college. But yeah, you missed 3 days, you got late 3 days, you are out, you are gone. Good luck with that. Also, if you didn't turn, like, you could be real close to finishing the project, but if you did not turn it in before that exact time, whether you were a couple seconds late or a minute late, didn't count. F. Yeah, for some reason, I did pretty well in that class. I don't know what, like I said, maybe it's because I resonated with that. Like, I'm not a people person. Clearly. But yeah, a lot of other people, they just could not handle that class very well. And I also understand why they didn't. It's a tough one. It's a tricky one. It's a pain. Why is that blue? I thought I got the ears. Let's go back. Snag those ears. Go back over here. Place that there. Boom. There we go. Okay, let me catch up with some stuff. Did you know that people tweaked Helvetica into a serif font? You could do that. Also, Silux. No, wait, I think you said to call you Sai. Welcome on in there, Sai. How you be? I hope you're having a good day there, buddy. I cried the first time I saw Lampy Mate. Why? It was so beautiful. Why? I'll hail the Lampy Mate. Stop hailing the Lampy Mate. It's going away in about... let me see. Where did it go? That was 27 minutes ago. It's going away in 4 minutes. But yeah, how you be? I hope you're having a good day there, friend. I hope things be well. I hope things be good. I'm also trying to remember something. There we go. Okay, let me see. Save? Alright, we got a save. That's a pretty good idea. Our friend was basically scammed by his last attempt to get education. He wound up doing the math and found out it was literally impossible to actually complete all the work in the proclaimed timeline. Wow, that sucks. Was he able to get a refund? Chances are he wasn't able to get a refund, was he? Also, let me see. I missed another message. Like, let's see. These people are dead to me. Wait, which people are dead to you? The ones that do the... Like, which ones? Which people? Alright. Oh, the ones that turned Helvetica into a serif, I'm assuming? Alright, let's see. I'm good? Nice, nice, nice. I'm glad to hear. I'm glad to hear. Is it? Wait, is it what? What is what now? Gee, I might have to spend another 20k of my mothball. Joke's on you. You can only do it once a stream. So no, yeah, you don't get another shot at a lamp you made. Not until next stream, which is tomorrow. Ah, well, son. Okay. Nope, no refund, last I heard. Ah, that sucks. I'm sorry to hear that about your friend there, Tron. Well, I hope they don't have to deal with another problem like that again. How have you been doing? I've been alright. I've been extremely tired, but I've been taking some breaks here and there. I took at least 2 days off to just draw a bit, work on other people's projects, play a lot of Elden Ring Night Rain. That goat sucks. It's a tough one, but I want to beat up that goat. But good lord, does that goat suck. But yeah, right now we're literally 1 frame away from finishing off the coloring. Wait, I think, let me see. Yeah, it's just this last one right there. And we could do that easy. All we gotta do is this. Snag this color frame. Select everything from here. Copy it. Go to frame 5. Paste. And then we drag this all the way, or yeah, we paste a new layer, or the copied layer from frame 4. We drag this down till it lines up just right. And that should be okay. Now for the last part. Merge these layers down. Go back to this one. snag this color. Go back to frame 5. Get the lasso tool. And just fill that in. Boom. Okay, so let's check everything out. We got the base color done. We got it all set. It is finally running. And it is exactly 31 minutes. I am free. I can throw this away now. I could go back to actually moving again. Ah, thank God it's over. Never have to deal with that nonsense ever again. Whew. Well, until next stream, probably. Alright, let's see. Oh, wait. Let me go back over here, because this is supposed to dance while I'm reading. I've heard stories from inspectors about how some colleges would fudge the details and let students pass classes they should have failed, so they'd keep paying for more semesters, only for their education to be discredited later. Yo, that seriously sucks. Especially for the students, because they were the ones that paid all that money. Wait. Hold on a minute. That one there. We aren't quite done yet. Started looking at this animation and started realizing, wait, some spots are missing. Some parts are a little off. We gotta fix that problem. Gotta fix that problem indeed. Boom. There we go. That should be good. But I also realized something here as well. We gotta get that purple back. Because I noticed this spot. Nope, that's not the purple I was looking for. That's also the purple I'm not looking for. Where'd that purple go? There it is. Okay, let's try that again proper. We're just going to select this whole section, drag that across, squiggle, place that there. Boom, there we go. What was that? Yo, Sherbert, thank you for the hydrate. I greatly appreciate that. Hold on a second. We got to give a shout out to Sherbert. Folks, go check out Sherbert. Really awesome people. Or, yeah, really awesome people. Really cool stuff. I believe I was talking about their model yesterday. Okay, so actually... So I was actually talking about this one, not yesterday, but I think it was Tuesday when I was mentioning how sometimes, like, when working on business stuff, when you want to base the amount that you offer, or yeah, you want to base the price that you offer based on the complexity or the simplicity of someone's request. Like, if someone requests a model, or yeah, if someone requests something that's as complicated or as flashy as a Genshin character's design, which I've mentioned before, where they have all the bells and whistles and all the little trinkets all over the place, and as someone who draws, that's going to be a nightmare because you have to draw every little detail on it, then you charge them more because you have to put in more work. But if it's something, like I mentioned before, where it's Sherbert's design, where it's a lot easier, a lot simpler, because it's just, well, yeah, where it's a head with a couple of shapes on it, you make a little, you lower the price because you yourself know you're not going to be putting in that much work. Which I told Sherbert that one too, because when Sherbert showed me the... Okay, so when it comes to mascot models, I'll give you a perfect example. When it comes to mascot models, I usually charge $250 for the rig alone because, you got to work on the mouth rigging, you got to work on the eye rigging, you got to work on the head angle movements and all of that. And when Sherbert showed me their model, I dropped it by 50 because, granted, you still have to do the head angles and stuff, but, based off of everything they told me, it was a whole lot easier than a usual model would be. So there was really no point. It would feel a little messed up to charge them full price. And if you're going into business stuff, that is when you determine. That's why I brought up all of that stuff from last time, because, you know, Sherbert's here. Hey, gotta bring, or I felt like it would be a good time to bring that up now. But yeah, welcome on in there, Sherbert. How you be? Hope you're having a good day. And also go check out Sherbert, folks. They also do art. They also play, if you're a fan of No Man's Sky, that's a good place to go. They play a good variety of stuff. And it's a really awesome time and a really amazing person. Very sweet, very kind people. Very funny too. Go check them out when you get the chance. How are you doing today? So far, so good. Check this out. Hold on a minute. Where is it? Let's zoom out a little bit. Wait, almost. I gotta go back to this frame. At that purple. Go back over here. There we go. We got our animation. We got the hot dog. Now all we gotta do is start adding the rendering and all of that stuff. That's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be great. All right, let's see. Thank you for the shout out. Yeah, no problem. Thank you for stopping by. I greatly appreciate that. Also, thank you for the stretch and the hydrate. Yeah. Yeah. Also, I gotta catch up with the reading because I missed a few things. Okay. Hits Lampy with Gold Experience Requiem, returning back to 0 minutes to make him wear the maid outfit. Nah, Ryu. If you hit me with Gold Experience Requiem, you want to know what would happen? This is what would happen. We'd go back to 1.0 Lampy where there's no gun. We'd go back to this far. We'd go all the way this far back. Like, yeah, we're back to ground zero. Like, you have no gun. You cannot fight me now, like... And you know the rest of it. We'd just be... I would continue the rest of the gimmick, but too much work in a short amount of time, so we can't go that far. 1.0 Lampy? Yeah. Alright, back to the main one, though. Can we have this as a redeem? It is a redeem. It's called Time Machine. You activate Time Machine, and I go back to 1.0. But yeah, let me see. Did I catch everything? I'm trying to see if I caught everything. Okay, so there's that. And then Tron said, it's always the worst to finish an animation and see something like colors get changed for a seam. Oh, that seam, or yeah, for a seam becoming invisible that isn't visible until rendering, right? I mean, granted, we didn't render yet, but yeah, that is one of the worst parts. That's why I looked at that and realized, wait, which one of you is not at 100%? There we go. That's why I saw that part. Like, hold on a minute. Because we're still not done. We still need to work on, like I said, we got to add the shadows. Some shine for the hair. Maybe not too much shine on the hair, but we need to add some shine for the hair. And last but not least, we need to add an overlay on top of it. So we're getting there. Luckily, the overlay is relatively easy, but everything else... also relatively easy, but that one's going to take a bit of work. It should be fine. But yeah, as for me, it's been a good day. It's been all right so far. I've been drawing like crazy, and I've been trying to take some rest when I can. Although there's no more food in the house, so I have to go back to the market tomorrow. Oh, let's see. Basically, you don't want to undersell yourself to get it done. Yeah, you don't want to undersell yourself, but you also don't want to overcharge it. I mean, sometimes you don't want to overcharge it as well. That's why I say, like, if it's a simple enough design, I don't know. You don't have to do this, but me personally, I would feel guilty if I charged full price for something that is not even the full, you know, not the, that, how do I put it? I would feel guilty charging full price for anything that doesn't require the 100% standard rig. Like, if it's less than a standard rig, I would, and by the way, when I say less, I don't mean less in a bad way. I mean less as less work. If it requires less work than a standard rig, I would feel guilty charging standard price. I personally would have to bring it down. Then you would not like trying to draw my OC character then. How complicated is your OC character? I need to see this now. Like, how much detail is in that character? I just had my music background. Oh, I just had my music and background debut today. Hey, nice. Hey, congratulations. I didn't know. Wait, I didn't know this. Wait, did you promote it anywhere or? So what if we wanted to commission you as one of, let's see. So what if we wanted to commission you as one of these? One of the hot dogs? Yeah, you can't commission me to make my own hot dog emote. Well, technically you can, but y'all already saw the price if you wanted me to make a Lampy hot dog emote. It's a very, very expensive price. And yeah. So no, it's not happening. Anyone else wants a hot dog model, it'll be the standard price. You want me to make my own hot dog model or hot dog animation, I have a pretty big wallet. Okay. I can't blame a guy for trying. It was at least worth a shot. Small percentage is better than no percentage. All right, let me see. Any chance Dead Tired Lampy could make use of the ravioli pillow? Unfortunately not, because I would have to shut off Live 2D. Or, you know, I would have to shut off the VTube Studio for you to see the PNG. And by doing that, the ravioli pillow PNG disappears. Also, welcome on in there, Genie Problem. How you be? I hope you're having a good day there, buddy. Only thing complicated about my design is Lampy's urge to give it a tie. I mean, come on. Multiple people said that looked like a tie and not sunglasses, so that's on you. That's not on me. Yeah, I had it on Blue Sky as a super secret thing going on today and in my Discord. Oh! Also, I just realized my music's gone. You know what? Fair. I woke up a few hours, so I may have... Okay, that was on me. I may have missed it because I woke up, like, around 3 p.m. So yeah, I missed everything today. I haven't been able to actually draw it due to the details keep changing over time. Oh, understandable. Mind if I suggest something? Yeah, sorry, mind if I suggest something? You don't have to listen to this, hence the reason why it's only a suggestion, but one thing did come to mind on that one. But I'm not going to give my suggestion if you don't want it, and that is completely understandable. That's why I ask first if I may give a suggestion on that one. Alright, sent you the video of it if you'd like to see. Alright, sounds good. I'm going to check it out after the stream, which shouldn't be too long from now. We just got to finish off the shadows, and we'll be all good. So, what we're going to do is we're going to make a new layer. We're going to put the transparency lock on layer number 1. We're also going to bring the transparency of this new layer down to 50, so it's going to be half shaded. We're also going to call this shadow. That's our layer. And we might also put it as an overlay. No. We're just going to keep it as normal. And we're going to keep our brush at 0% sharpness. Okay, maybe 50 is too much. Let's bring it down to 30. Yeah, 30 seems a lot better. We're going to drop it to 30. And now let's start adding the rendering on all of this. Now, since this is a smaller design, adding a reflected light... Okay, when I say a smaller design, since this is going to be an emote, adding a reflected light is kind of redundant. Because if the emote is about this small, you're never going to actually see that reflected light. So no point in actually adding that. So when it comes to this, when it comes to emotes, adding simple shading is probably your best bet. So that's why we're not going to go super complicated on the rendering like we normally do. If you've seen some of our past art videos or, art streams, or we're making a big piece or a PNG for somebody, or we're working on our own personal projects, you will see, the rendering take quite some time. But for this one, it's going to be very simple rendering. No problem at all. Okay, let's see. I'm open to anything. All right. Okay, so I would say commit to, if you're going to be designing a character and you want to draw it out, but the designs keep changing, I would say commit, if it keeps changing and you don't really get the chance to draw it, I would say commit to one design for a bit and develop that design over time. Because you don't have to stick with it afterwards, but you could at least get it on paper or, digital paper, you know what I mean. You could get it on paper, draw it out, see what it looks like from there, or, or if you don't want to put in that much effort to it because you're not too 100% on the idea, sketch it out. Sketch out the design. Give that a shot. Maybe it might come out the way you were looking for. Maybe you might see something that you didn't see before. All that sort of stuff. The armor keeps changing. Okay, if it's armor, definitely sketch it out. Definitely sketch out the armor and see what you like or dislike of when drawing out that armor. But of course, like I said, this is only a suggestion. If this does not sound like something that you're too keen on, that's okay. That's quite alright. Hence the reason why it's called a suggestion. But yeah, that's my 2 cents on the idea. Maybe that might help. Maybe it might make it worse. I don't exactly know, but that's my opinion on it. Like, that's what I did with this design. I drew it a bit, tried one sketch, I stuck with the sketch, I stuck with the design for a little bit, because also at the same time, I wasn't sure if I was going to keep this. I wasn't even sure if I was going to keep streaming or not. But I went with the design, and I wanted to see how far that could go. But at the same time, I didn't... what's the word I was looking for? I didn't overcommit to it. I just ran with an idea. I gave it a shot. I wanted to see, I gave it a shot. Saw where the pieces fell when it came to the design, and once I knew that this was a design I wanted to stick with, or not so much stick with, but once I got a better feel for the situation, I tried redesigning it again. This is how it first started. When trying out a design for Lampy's... Yeah, we're trying out Lampy's design. This is how it first started. After a while, changing things up a little bit here and there, working on projects along the way. Over time, the style changed a little bit, and when 2.0 came out... That's not 2.0. There we go. It changed up quite a slight bit. Of course, this is just one example. Many other people might have other ideas about how they want to go about their designs. And again, like I said, what I just showed right now may not be for everybody, but it's worth a shot. Never know. Sometimes getting it on paper is better than, holding on to it until it's perfect. Or there we go. Sometimes having it grow is better than holding on to it until you find perfection. All right, now let me catch up with some breeding. Make it exist, perfect it later. Yeah, exactly. Also, Chaos Man, welcome on in there. How you be? How you doing, Moth Friend? I'm doing all right. We're almost finished with the bat animation, so we're getting there. Slowly but surely, little by little. We're almost finished with it. All right, let me see. But also at the same... let me see. Going back to the armor thing. The armor part... That one is also understandable, because armor takes a lot of detail. It takes a lot of time, and you want to get that... That one I can understand. You don't want to commit too much on the armor, because the armor is a lot of work. So that's also fair. You don't want to see Sherb 1.0, trust me. It looks both horrifying, or looks horrified and horrifying. You know what? Honestly, fair. I kind of want to see 1.0 Sherbert. Wait, I feel like you showed 1.0 Sherbert once. Is it in the Discord somewhere? Or did you show it on stream? I could swear I saw 1.0 Sherbert, I think. Maybe. You put the design down to take it out of your mind's eye. What catches you? See what makes you go. Would you look at, or yeah, would look better with this. Yeah, kind of. I think that works. That's actually a pretty smart idea. I like what Chaos Man said. All right, let's see. Because I have a general idea of the look of my character. Oh, I see. Okay, so you have a general idea of the look. Then I think that's the perfect time to start sketching. If you have a general idea, it's time to sketch that out. And just have a good look at that sketch. Or have a good look at that design, I think. Of course, as mentioned before, take all of this with a grain of salt. Take what you like, leave what you don't. And that's what advice is all about. I'm all over the place. New meds. Also fair, understandable. I hope they're making life easier. I think you haven't seen it, Lampy. Probably. Then yeah, now I'm genuinely curious about that. Lampy 3.0. Alright, that's it, Ryu. That's it, you're getting the gun. Anyway, back to the screen. Okay, so we got that part done. What we need to do is get a lighter shade. I want to put a little bit of lighting up top here and up here. For the lighting, or the highlights, we're using a... what's the word I'm looking for? For the highlights, we're just going to add brighter outlines on the edge of the character. I think that's the best way to put it. Just brighter bright outlines on said model should be okay. Like so. And that's the rendering for Hot Dog. Now what we need to do is just take that entire thing, copy it, and move it to the other spot. Go to frame number 2. Take that new frame, drag it upwards until everything lines up just right. Except for the arms, because the arms ain't going to actually line up properly. That is okay. Right there should be good, I think. Let me see. Up a couple more. There. That should be good. Now now all we gotta do is just fix up the arms. And fix up the foot back here. There we go. Let's get that shadows back. Boom, there we go. And there we go. That should be reasonable. All right, let's see. I've helped many people design their characters by asking 2 simple questions. What is the world in which they live? Why do they look the way they do? That's a good question. I don't think I ever asked myself that when it came to Lampy. I never asked myself, like, what world do they live in and where... Okay, that's not entirely true. There was the idea when it came to Lampy is just... How do I put it? What crazy, wacky world is it where all these characters that everyone's been designing, what sort of world do they exist in? And from what I've seen, they're all over the place, but at the end of the day, it all seems to be standard, regular... It just seems to be like, from what I've seen from everyone else's lores, is that It's a mythological world that seems like everyday, or the everyday world that you see, except just toss in mythological characters and that's the norm instead of unbelievable. And then I just tossed a bug in there. That's basically the idea. Or that's basically the idea I had if that question were to pop up, that was basically my idea, now that I think about that. Because honestly, I don't think I really delved too much into that thought, but now that you mention it, it was kind of there, but I never really thought about it. Alright, let's see. I'll let you know in a couple weeks when things stabilize. That's fair, that's fair. Also, Not Evil, welcome on in. Hold on a minute, we gotta give a shout out to Not Evil. Folks, this is the person, the bat, the myth, the legend. They are the ones that commissioned me to make this animated hot dog, and check it out. We're currently working on the rendering, we're currently working on the shading, but we got the dancing going on. Let me know if there's something off. Since you're here, let me know if there's anything that you prefer changed, if need be necessary. Also, hold on a minute. Why is it... Oh, it might be too high up? Maybe? Let's drag this a little bit lower, possibly. Notice that this one's too low. We need to bring it up. Maybe right there. Oh no, that it's also here. That's what's wrong. Okay, I know how I could fix that. I know how to handle that problem, because now I realize where the problem is. It's this. But I know how to fix that. We just have to merge these layers together later. Looks amazing so far? Yo, I'm glad to hear. I'm glad to hear. That's good, 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 good. Okay, I know what I need to do on that part. Should be no problem to fix at all. Alright, let's see. Hitting us with the existential question? Indeed. I mean, that is fair. It's a question I ask when people aren't sure how to design them, but aren't sure of certain aspects of their design. You know what? That's still a very, very smart move. That is still a very smart idea. A lot of us may miss that, me included, but that is a pretty good question to ask when you're trying to figure out what sort of design you want to make. Let's see. You had the thought, but never put voice to that thought. Is that how you meant to phrase it? Yeah, basically. Like, the thought was there, or the thought did come to mind, but it was never in the forefront. It was kind of like in the back of my head, I want to say. So, now that someone dragged it into the forefront, it's like, huh. It's basically like giving a side character, like, their own character arc. Like, you know, it's always been there, but I never really focused on it until this. Also, Hardcore Lamp, welcome on in. How you be? I hope you're having a good day there, friend. But yeah, also, folks, go check out Not Evil Control Freak. They play a good variety of games. They sometimes play party games. Sometimes they play some chill farming games. Like, not Stardew, but what's the other one? The mythological Stardew. Something Island? No, that's Coral Island. I don't think Coral Island is the same one. Which one's mythological Stardew Valley? Ah, that was going to drive me nuts for a minute. Sunhaven? Sunhaven, that's the one. Thank you there, Chaosman. But yeah, they play games like Sunhaven, Minecraft, stuff like that. But when they're playing with their friends, they're an absolute gremlin. They're an absolute goblin. Go check them out. Really awesome stuff. Also, really amazing people. Lamp rustling noises. So tired? Fair, fair. That one is, I know that feeling all too well. I, too, am exhausted. but exhausted in a good way because I'm getting a lot of work done. A lot of work done. But yeah, I too am tired. So that's completely understandable. Also, we're going to take this layer, we're going to copy it, we're going to put the clipping, the clipping mask. We're also going to delete everything because none of it matched. But that is a-okay. So next, let's get that shadow. Drag it all the way to the bottom like so. Put another shadow underneath the arm. Put it underneath that arm as well. A little bit at the bottom of the hair streaks. Like so. And there. And there. Add a little bit of shading underneath or on the sides of the tongue. Just a little bit. A little more rendering on the sides of the hair like that. A little bit of rendering on the inside of the ears. Gonna make sure we get all the right spots. There we go, and all set. Love Sunhaven? There you go. See, folks, go check out the Sunhaven. Or go check out the Not Evil while they play the Sunhaven. And add a little bit of rendering on that part. A little bit of rendering on the side of the hair to give that shadow look. And maybe a little bit underneath. Actually, no, not there. Let's add a little bit on the side of the head. Actually, no, this part should be fine. Maybe a little bit here. And let's add some shadows underneath said hot dog where the feet are. Boom. And add some shadows on the inside of each foot to show that that's basically where the feet are. They go further in the back. This would be the front, this would be the back, and since that's the case, the shadows would be closer to the back of the foot. There you go. And yeah, I think this should be okay. Now let's get some highlights in there. We need to add some highlights on the side of the ear. Alright, so also add starting 10 seconds. Good luck. Unfortunately, my drawing skills aren't what they used to be. Also understandable. That is also fair. And yeah, that is also honestly fair and reasonable. In those situations, yeah, I guess in that situation, the best thing you could do is just work with what you got. You either figure out how to draw it yourself, or if you get someone else to draw it for you, that can also work too. Or look at some references for like design choices. But yeah. Or if you like drawing, I would say, yeah, me personally, I would say whether your skills are up to the par that you would prefer, I would personally say if you like drawing, definitely give it a shot in drawing it. That's the best I could really tell you. Alright, so now that we got the arms and we got all of that, we need to add the highlights to the hair, but first we need to give a shout out to High Dragon. Well, we're going to give a shout out to High Dragon as soon as the ads are done, because, you know, I want to thank them for the raid, but everybody's stuck in ad jail, so we're going to give it a minute. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yeah. Welcome on back there, folks. Let's give a shout out to High Dragon Warrior. If you haven't checked out High Dragon, I highly recommend that you do. If you're a fan of Yu-Gi-Oh! Streams, this is a good place to go. This is a good place to be. Highly recommend it. And everybody stopping by from High Dragon Stream. Hi, my name is Lampy, small-time illustrator, football-sized moth. I do a lot of drawing streams, occasional gaming streams, and sometimes a live 2D rigging streams. And today is one of those drawing streams. We are animating a hot dog model for a Not Evil Control Freak. Go check them out. I highly recommend that you do. And if you gotta take care of things, go take care of those things. Never feel bad about raiding and running, because that's what raids are all about. But if you decide to stick around, I greatly appreciate that. I hope you enjoy your stay. Whew. Slowly looks at Lampy. Why are you looking at me? What'd I do? Welcome in, Raiders. Yeah, welcome in there, Raiders. How was Repo? I hope it was fun. Okay, let's see. I need to find a way to save money. No, save some money. 1, because I'm broke. Mood. 2, because I have commission ideas, but I don't want to drive myself nuts until I can afford it. Also mood. And also understandable right there. No cult emote. I can't stop them anyway, even if I wanted to. Here's my water. Give me 1 second. Oh, let's see. I think you're being looked at for the reason on, or find someone to draw it for you. Also understandable. You could also do that. I mean, you don't have to, but if you're looking for someone to draw a project for you that you're not too, that you want drawn, but you don't know if you could do it yourself. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Hey, Barry, thank you for the raid. Perfect timing. We were just shamelessly promoting ourselves. Let's give a shout out to Barry Aquarius. If you haven't checked out Barry, I highly recommend that you do. Really funny streams. Really awesome times over there. They also gave me the honor to work on their PNG quite some time ago. Really awesome stuff. And overall, really great friend. Let's give a shout out to Barry over here, because they have some really, really funny streams. If you're a fan of Resident Evil, or if you're a fan of DBD, go check out Barry Aquarius. They play all sorts of games. They play horror games. They play Resident Evil. Or yeah, as you can see, they're playing Resident Evil. They also play some very, very chill games. Like, what's that one game that had the van? I think you had to set up like a... You had to set up a van. I don't remember how it worked. Or it was kind of like an RV. I don't remember. But all I remember is that you were setting up a van and you were just maneuvering stuff. And I think you put some sort of food under the bed. Camper van, that's the one. Go check out Barry Aquarius for games like that. And Minecraft sometimes. But yeah, overall, really just awesome people. You're doing yourself a disservice if you don't know them. Or if you at least don't go check them out. Go check them out. But yeah, how was the Resident Evil? I hope it went well. And everybody stopping by from Barry Aquarius' stream. Hi, my name is Lampy, small-time illustrator, football-sized moth. I do a lot of drawing streams, occasional gaming streams, and sometimes a live 2D rigging streams. And today is one of those drawing streams. We are currently animating a hot dog model. So I hope you enjoy. Also, if you gotta take care of things, go take care of those things. Never feel bad about raiding and running, because that's what raids are all about. But if you decide to screw around, I greatly appreciate that. I hope you enjoy your stay. By the way, Lampy streams may cause nausea, heart failure, and radiation poisoning. Check with your doctor to see if Lampy streams are right for you. By the way, those last parts were a joke, except for maybe the radiation poisoning. Anyway, it was fun. Yo, I'm glad to hear that you had fun. That's pretty awesome. I saw that you were playing... Okay, I remember seeing... Wait, did you get past that... Oh, actually, let me ask, Barry, did you get past the part where you were getting swarmed by a bunch of people in that rickety cabin bridge look-at spot? It was super fun. I'm glad to hear it. I'm going to take a sleep. Have a good... Yeah, I'm going to take a sleep. Have a good night, Lampy and chat. All right there, Mega Chaos Man. You go get that sleep. You go get that rest, and I hope you have a good night, better tomorrow, and a great week. You take care now there, friend. All right, it's Friday. Wait, is it Friday? I think it's Friday. I hope you're doing well, Lampy. Yeah, so far so good. We're almost finished with an animation. Finally ready. You know what? I should put this as a... You know what? Now that I think about it, I should put this as a... Your character here. I just got to put specifically that they cannot request me to draw Lampy. They cannot specifically request me to draw myself, or else I'm rejecting that job. So if you folks want to be a hot dog too, you may get the opportunity later down the road. Whew. I did? Nice, nice, nice. I'm glad to hear it. Wait, did you fight that fish? Wait, should I mention the fish? You know what? Don't worry about it. I didn't say anything. If a Lampy lasts longer than 4 hours, what does that mean? A fish? Don't worry about it. Yeah. Oh, wait, where's Lampy? There we go. Yeah, don't worry about it. Ban him? Yeah, ban Lampy. I may have accidentally just dropped a spoiler. I'm just gonna hide now. There's no. I got banned from my own stream. It's just the bird stream now, featuring a pig. Not yet. I was getting to that part. Oh, fair. But I'm holding off for next Friday. Oh, okay. I'm not gonna ask any more questions after that. Wait, did you play the original? That's what I should be asking. Did you play the original Resident Evil 4? That's what I need to ask. Did you play the original Resident Evil 4? Yo, Mr. Bean, welcome on in. How you be? I hope you're having a good day there, friend. Let's give a shout out to Mr. Bean. How do I spell Mr.? There we go. No? Ah, fair. I tried. Also understandable, also reasonable. Let's give a shout out to Mr. Bean. If you haven't checked out Mr. Bean, I highly recommend that you do. How was the AFK journey? I hope it went well, and everybody stopping by for Mr. Bean's stream. We're gonna do it again. Hi, my name is Lampy, small time Wait. Hi, my name is Lampy, small-time illustrator, football-sized moth. I do a lot of drawing streams, occasional gaming streams, and sometimes live 2D rigging streams. No, that wasn't a gun. And today we're working on an animated emote for a not evil control freak. We are animating a dancing hot dog. If you gotta take care of things, go take care of those things. Never feel bad about raiding or running, because that's what raids are all about. But if you decide to stick around, I greatly appreciate that. I hope you enjoy your stay. Also, Rio redeemed bird to angel, which means the bird's gotta go away. But before the bird leaves, they're stealing Ryu's card. The bird's gotta show their true form now. Where's Lampy? That's a good question. But no one's asking how's Lamp. That's not true. People ask how's Lampy all day. They've been asking how's Lampy for quite some time. Multiple times even. Alright, there we go. Okay, so the bird took off with the Ryu's card. Alright, there's the bird's true form. If you want to know more about the bird's true form, go check out the lore page. But outside of lore, I just needed to showcase a model, and I didn't want it to go to waste. So here it is. But yeah, let me see. I've been good, went well. Nice. Glad to hear that it went well. But yeah, also, going back to that one you tried, that's also fair. Honestly, trying to play Resident Evil 4, like the OG one, that one might be a bit tricky. Especially since, even then, the controls are still a little clunky, because if I'm correct, in Resident Evil 4, you couldn't really move all that much. Like, you could walk around, but as soon as you had to point the gun, you'd have to stand still, so you have to pace yourself properly. You gotta watch out for... What's the word I'm looking for? You gotta watch out for... words. Yes, you have to watch out for words. Words are very scary. Especially when you see them in a book. But anyway, going back to it, tank controls. Yeah, basically. You gotta watch out for where you stand, because as soon as you start aiming, you don't really get a choice of how the rest of it's gonna go. You're just kind of stuck there. Oh, I'm on the wrong layer. Where am I going with this? Layer 4, over here. We're gonna take this, and we're gonna... Oh wait, I wasn't even done with this part. I forgot, I was supposed to add an outline up top here. Like so. And then we add the shine. But yeah, and those tank controls definitely makes it a lot more difficult. There we go, perfect. But now that I know that Barry has not beaten that game, I am going to shut up about everything else past that point. I don't know anything. I don't know anything about that game. What's a Leon? That's the best way for me to put it. I don't know who Leon is. What's that? That's if he is in the mech. All right, let me see. Also, thank you folks for dropping all the all the things. What are all those things? Thank you for dropping all that stuff. None of that was lore, but you know what? Close enough. Leon D's. Oh my god. That doesn't even. You know what? That. Okay. You know what? Okay. Anyway, let's go back to this one. Let's duplicate this layer. Put that on frame 4. Snag all of this, delete it. Add the shadows. That's not the shadows. Add said shadows right over there. Get the eraser. Erase that half. Put some more shadows on this side. Put a little bit of shadows underneath the hot dog there. And that should be good. Now let's just add the shadows over to this side of the hair. Add some more to this side of the ear. That should be all set. And that should be all good. Also going to get the eraser for this end. Add the highlight up top. There we go. Is there anywhere else I need to add shadow? Oh, right, to the hair. You need to add shadow to the actual hair itself. Probably on this end. There we go. That part should be all good. Wait, where's my pen? There's pen. Alrighty then. Maybe a little bit of... Yeah, maybe a little bit of shadow right between the hot dog and the bun. There we go. And now for shadow on the back of the foot. Also underneath said hot dog as a whole. There we go. And that should be all the render... Wait, hold on. There we go. Now that should be all the shadows that are needed. Now let's just add the highlights. I need to find a time to play those games that I've been wanting to play. There's too many games that I want to play and I don't have any time to do any of it. That's 70% opacity. Hold on a minute. Was it always 70% opacity? Hold on. Let me check something. Nope, it was just recent. Alright. And then after that, I catch up to the reading. There we go. Joined at the Discord? Alright, I will add you onto it manually. Also, for fair warning, for anyone trying to join the Discord, if it does not seem to work, do not worry about it. It's a manual thing. Because to avoid bots and stuff, or any other malicious intent. Because I've heard stories. I've also had some issues of my own where bots would just roll on into those Discords and start messaging people and all of that nonsense. I mean, granted, they still try to get into the Discord, but, you know, they can't really do much outside of that, is the thing. Okay. When will you Mighty Morph to shoot down bugs in Fortnite? That's also a good question. That's also one of those things I've been needing to do. Because, again, that's another thing that time is an issue. It's always been an issue. The only thing I have time for nowadays is Night Rain and work. And maybe that one time I watched King of the Hill, which I need to do again. I'll figure something out. Let's also add a little bit of highlighting on the top of that arm. A little bit of highlighting on the top of that arm. And I just realized something while working on all of this. The lighting on that hot dog is in the wrong spot. The shadow should actually be on this side. but only on the hot dog. I think the hair should still keep the brightness of it. Well, except for maybe this one. There we go. Something more like that. That works a lot better. Maybe a little bit of shadow on one end of the hot dog, like so. Now let's add the highlight on this side. That should be solid. Yeah, this should be good. All right, let's save. And what we're also going to have to do is drag this to frame 5. Go to frame 5 over here. Wait. Is that not on the transparency lock? Oh. 2 different, I think that's 2 different ones. Hold on a minute. So that's the shadow. Drag that shadow down. Put that right there. Okay, good. Now what we got to do is just take this shadow, drag it all the way down until it matches up. Maybe here? Let's see. 1, 2, 1, 2. A little bit higher. 1, 2. Nope, too high. Bring it back down. 1, 2. That should be okay. Now what we need to do is fix up this section. Add just a little more shadow underneath at the bottom. And that should be good. Let's save. And now we got everything needed except for that part, but that's okay. Here's how we're going to fix all of this. Now that we got everything done, we're going to take the shadow and the base color. Actually, you know what? Just take everything. Take everything from 1 and below, or layer 1 and below. Merge them together. Merge all the layers. Wait. I take all of that back. We're not quite done just yet. Because I forgot one last highlight on... We got to do 2 more things. I got to get the highlight for the boots over here. For frame 3. There we go. That should be good with the boots. And now we need to go to the outlines. Let's go to outline number 1. Because we need to add at least... Let's get some more green in here. So we're going to get the bright green. Maybe make it slightly more vibrant. Just slightly. Because we need this to stand out later. Let's go back to this layer. We're going to get our brush, increase the size of said brush. Make a new layer. And that one's just going to have a transparency lock on top of the outline. This way, whenever we start making all these gradients and stuff, it is going to be contained within the outline itself. I'm going to show you right now. Actually, let me show you what I mean. This is without the transparency lock. We're just going to make a big green blotch, and as you can see, it just looks like a green light in front of everything. As soon as we put that transparency lock, or not transparency lock, as soon as we put that clipping mask on the outline, boom. Now it's all contained within there. And this is what I was aiming for. I'm going to try to add some green where the darker tones are. Now, the reason why we add the green where the darker tones are is so when... How do I put it? Oh, I know the perfect way to explain this. Why we put the green in the darker tones is when it zooms out, looks okay, but as soon as we try the... emote test, we're actually going to hide this. When we try the emote test, as you can see, you can't see the feet anymore. You may not even be able to see the ears barely enough. But as soon as we put that green up there, now you can see the ears a little bit better. Granted, the ears look green, but you can still see them. And that's the goal that we're trying to aim for there. We want a mix of light color tones and dark color tones. Let's get that green again. Make it a little bit brighter, a little more vibrant. Gonna snag all these color tones that we just added to this. We're gonna delete all of that. We're gonna see where we could put the green. I'm thinking up top there, down below here, a little bit more there, and maybe one more on the side here. So you could actually see that there's an arm. There we go, that should be perfect. So that's where the green tones are gonna be. Now we're just going to go to frame number 2. Actually, you know what? Here's what we could do. We're copying all the green that we added, and we're going to the next frame. We're putting that there. We're putting that clipping mask there. So when it moves to the next frame, boom, they're in the same spot. Move over here to this one. Take this green again. Go to frame 3. Duplicate our green. Yeah, duplicate our green layer. Put a clipping mask there. Just add more green to the spots that need it. That should be okay. Next frame after that. Copy, duplicate, take this all the way to layer 4. Put the clipping mask there. We're actually going to delete everything on that one, though. So we could do this properly. So a little bit there. A little over here. A little down there. Maybe one over there. And maybe a little bit there. Perfect. Actually, you know what? Keep that one as is. I think that one is somewhat... maybe a little bit. There we go. That should be okay. Now we just go to frame 5. Take that. Go to frame... Or, yeah. Duplicate this. Transparency lock. Boom, we're good. Then we save. Also, thank you for the posture check and the stretch there, Ryu. Yeah. And the hydrate. Okay, let me see. What else am I trying to do here? Actually, yeah, I think that should be all good. The only problem here now is the highlight rendering is a little off on frame number 8. And maybe on some of these other frames, but I know a simple solution to fix all of that. Now that we got everything done... Oh, right. Before I change anything now, I just gotta ask. Not evil. If you're there, plushie moth. Hold on a minute. Let me see. Thank you for redeeming plushie moth. Yes, the plushie also has a gun. You can never escape the gun. But yeah, also, not evil. If you're still there, let me know what you think of the outline. Are you okay with this? Do you want it fixed up? Do you prefer not... Yeah, would you prefer not having the green outline, or would you prefer the green outline to be a different color? You let me know if you're still there. If not, I think we could keep it as is and... Well, not keep it as is, but I'll leave it as is for now, and I'll... You know what? Okay, I got an idea. I know a simple enough solution to work on this problem. Also, I need to catch up with a lot of the reading because I think I missed a few things. And I need to fix that up. Because, let me see. Yeah, I think I missed a few messages earlier. Let me see. I was kind of hinting at you. Unfortunately, I'm unable to afford it, which is another setback. That is fair. That is also understandable, and do not worry about that one there, Sai. I completely understand. But if you ever need someone to work on that project, hint, hint, nudge, nudge, you know where to find me whenever the time comes. Also, let me see. What are the messages that I missed? Got 4 wins in Fortnite tonight with my duo. Yo, nice. Congratulations there, Sherbert. Plushie time? Plushie time. Yep, sure thing. All right, sounds like a plan. Sounds good. Okay, so here's the idea on how I know on how I can fix this whole thing. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to save this, just in case this is not what they want with the outline coloring. We can change that later. But for now, we're going to say, yeah, let's save this as is right now. Now that it is saved, we're going to save it as a new copy. We're going to call this one Hotdog 2. This way, we have a backup in case they want the outline changed. Because now that we got everything done, we're going to go to frame 1, take all the layers that are in frame 1, merge them all together. Merge all the layers. Then we're going to go to frame 2 and repeat that process. Wait. Hold on a minute. Take all these layers. Actually, you know what? Yeah, it should still be the same thing. I'm going to take all these layers, hide frame 1, go to frame 2, take all these layers, merge them together. You know what? Since we're here, go to frame 3, merge all those. No, this is going to look absolutely cursed, and that is completely fine. You know what, on second thought, hold on a minute. Oh, that's what's going on. Hold on. I know what I need to do. Merge that color down. Wait, I said merge down. Now take all these layers and merge them together, so now they're all frame 1. Then we go to frame 2. We take the outline that we currently have, we merge that frame down. Yeah, so we take the green, we merge it into the line art. Then we take the main 3, which is the line art, the base color, and the rendering, the shadows and the highlights. Merge them together. They are now frame 2. Go to frame 3, do the exact same thing. Take green highlight, merge it down into the line art, then take the original 3, merge them together. Now they are all frame 3. And we repeat that process with all of them. Frame 4, merge that down. Take those 3, merge them together. Go to frame 5, merge the green down into the line art. Take those 3, merge them together. And now we have all our lines, all our layers set up. So, let's see the end result. There we go. We got our Not Evil Control Freak Hotdog. Looks a little bit on the radioactive side, but that is okay. Like I said, if they want anything changed, we have the backup file, or we have the original file set up in case they want that done. Let's see. I'd like to call the green outline version the Pickle Aura. Maybe. That could be the pickle. Never know. Alrighty then. So, we got all of the layers set up. We got everything ready. We could go back over here. We could save it. Let it play again. Yo, Heart Knight, welcome on in. How you be? I hope you're having a good day there, friend. I hope things are well. I hope things are good. We are practically finished with the emote. We got everything set. Wait. Okay, it's just the middle frame. You know what? That's okay. Yeah, this should be fine. Alrighty then. So, last thing we need to do. Filter. or not filter. We need to go to File, and we need to go to Save for Web. I don't know if this is going to show up on screen, and it is not. Either way, Save for Web, it's just basically going to be putting it as a GIF. Also, when you put this as a GIF, if you're using Photoshop or something similar, you want to make sure that... You know what? I got an idea. I know how we could fix this up. Okay, you can't see it on screen. Oh, wait, there we go. So, there we go. You can see it on screen, and we're going to zoom into a specific section on this. Let's go over here. Oh, that wouldn't zoom it in anyway. Let me just put this back to where it originally was, because we made a terrible mistake there. Oh, I know what I could do. Cancel. Go back over here. Save. For web. Boom, it pops back up on the screen again. And we go to Photoshop. There it is. We unlock this sucker. Oh, wait, that doesn't count. Camera display. This is what we're looking for. Because we need to zoom this one out significantly. Like a whole lot. Like a lot. Whole lot. There we go. This is what we're looking for when it comes to the display. If we want this model to not have little white outlines on the outside of the PNG, which I didn't know was a thing in my earlier times of making PNG animations. But yeah, if I'm correct, this is the settings that you're going to need. You're going to need adaptive. Or yeah, you're going to need to go over here and make sure that it's on adaptive. You're going to make sure that it's on diffusion. Make sure the transparency is on. No transparency dither. I don't know what a dither is, but yeah, make sure that's not there. Make sure that's not clicked. Make sure that the dither is on 100%, but since there's no dither, I guess that doesn't really matter all that much. Make sure matte is at none and web snap is at 0%. And then you just put OK, you just click on that. You just click on save. And we're going to go back to the regular drawing room. And then we're going to save this sucker, and then we're going to test it out. Oh, right. We need to remove the background. Hold on a minute. Let's just delete this background right quick, and now let's try that again. Save for web, do all of that. Boom, put OK, save there, copy and replace, and then we're all good. Yo, Acid Rain. Never thought seeing a hot dog with a face would make my brain so happy. You thought you liked the hot dog before? Check it out. Look at the little dance. Alright, while that thing dances, we're going to try to find... Oh, the dance just stopped. That's okay. Now that we got that done, we're going to try to find that file. Where is that file? Here we are. I need to test something right quick. Why is it not opening? Normally, I'm just supposed to click on it and then it would open. Unless it's not showing? I don't understand. Let me see. What is it that I should be closing to allow this to open? Oh, it's opening in Photoshop. Why is it opening in Photoshop? You're not supposed to open in Photoshop. Okay, I seem to understand what's going on here. I need to go to these animated GIFs. I need to go to Properties. And I need to change why it's opening in Photoshop, because it's not supposed to open in Photoshop. It's supposed to open in Photos. Put OK. Change all of that. Apply. Then I put OK. And now it should open in Photos. Okay, we're having a bit of a problem here. You may not see this right now, but there's a couple things that we need to fix. And I'm going to show you what the problem is now that definitely needs to get fixed. Let me see. Tutorial screen. We need to fix this part up. Zoom out, zoom out, zoom out a little more. Almost there. There we are. That after effect is not supposed to be popping up on the animation. So we need to figure out why that is popping up. What we probably need to do is go back to our save for web. And there should be something that is popping up. Or yeah, there should be something here that we need to change up. Copyright contact. Nope. Nope. Not that. Looping animation forever. Yeah, that part should be there. Preview. Yeah, preview. Okay, so not that part. What is it that I'm missing that needs to be removed? Interlaced. Nah, convert. No, no, no. Maybe it's not here. Maybe it needs to be on the timeline itself. Forever. Okay, so there's that. None of that stuff, though. How do I get rid of that? Back to timeline. Uh-oh. Timeline. Why do you look weird now? How do I fix that? Because it plays, but now I need to go back to those frames. Oh, maybe over here. Go to previous frame. Nope, not that, not that. Keyframes. Select all. No, not that either. All clips, video group. Clips only. Nope, nope, nope. None of that either. You know what? I got an idea. I'm going to close all of that. I'm going to bring the window back. Timeline. And nope, it still looks weird. Well, now I need to figure out what on earth did I push? What's that button do? Well, now we're just messing around with buttons until I figure out something here. Okay. Okay, it's time for bed for me. Have a lovely rest of the stream, Lampy. All right, sounds good there, Sherbert. I hope you have a good night, a better tomorrow, and a great week. You go get that rest. You take care now there, friend. Looked like stacked on frames is on. Oh, stacked on frames? Let me see. Let me see. Where is stacked on frames? Auto grouping eclipse? Maybe that? No, not that. Keyframe. Nope. Nope. Worked on area. Not that. Not that. Not that. Go to time. Not that. I'm gonna figure this out. Start of work area. Also not that. Loop playback? Also not that. Maybe it's here? No. I have no idea what I did, but I done messed up the overlay. Oh, we got 5 frames here. We just need to figure out how I can get those 5 frames set up. And why there's an audio track. Convert to frame animation. Nah. Frame rate. 30. You know what? I'll figure this out later. I will figure this out later. Wait, onion skin settings. Normal? Sequence. No, 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 no. Cancel all of that. I do not want any of that. No onion. Show. All clips. Video groups only. Favorite clips. Video groups only. Maybe? No, that's also not it. Set timeline frame rate. Oh, I done scuffed something, all right. But I don't know what it is. Oh, work area. Okay. Set start at playhead. Okay, so work area was not it. Not gonna lie, I thought it would have been work area. Hmm. So none of that either. You know what? It'll be fine. I'll figure that out later. We're gonna call it here while I go look up some YouTube videos on how to fix that. In the meantime, I know who we could drop you folks off with. I know someone who's probably playing Elden Ring right now. I think that's a good place to go. We're gonna drop you folks off with some Elden Ring. If they are still on, if they are still fighting the goat. Yeah, they're still playing Elden Ring. I'm gonna drop you folks off with some Elden Ring. I know the perfect place to go. We're gonna drop you folks off with Honey. They do singing. They play a good variety of games. They also play horror games. And overall, really awesome people. I've not known them for very long, but over the amount of time that I've known them, they've been really amazing people. So I'm going to drop you folks off over there. There might be some high energy, so prepare yourself for that. But if you want to see some Elden Ring, this is a good place to go. And it's a really funny time over there. Also, here's the raid message. Raid message. What should we put? Something hot dog related for said raid message. You should also probably have this animation. No moth tags. We've been through this. Save your money there, Jira. Let's also add. Let's put the timeline back, or the timeline window back. Even though I don't have it working properly. Wait. What do you mean it's not even dancing? Okay, yeah, I definitely need to look into that and get it fixed up. But anyway, yeah, we're just gonna drop a hot dog. I need to sleep, not energy. Oh, I need sleep, not energy. You know what? That's a good play. Or yeah, you know what? That's also fair. But yeah, we're just gonna drop hot dog. Also, thank you for the bits there, Jir. Hashtag. No wait, no hashtag. We're just gonna put hot dog. Raid. And then we're gonna put cheese because we don't have a hot dog emote. There we go. There's our raid message. Use those emotes if you have them. Use whatever emotes you have if you don't. And we're just going to go head on out. Wait, where's the copy? There we go. Let's go support the honey. Let's go wish them the best of luck with the goat, because they are fighting that goat, and that goat is a pain. And with that being said, thank you all for stopping by. I greatly appreciate it. If you would like to support the channel, one good way you can do so is by checking out the link page. You can, yeah, we got a lot of stuff available over there. We got affordable models down below on the Etsy page and the vgen page. We got free stuff on the coffee page. We got merch on the Teespring page. And if you or someone you know is looking for live 2D models, both big and small, whether it just be the art or the rig, or you need emotes, assets, character sheets, character concepts, I think I said PNG assets, stuff like that, or animations, you can check all of that, or you can either contact me directly or go to the VGen page to check all that out. And with that being said, thank you all for watching. Always remember, you're all awesome in your own way, because you folks make these streams and this community what it is. It's awesome chatting with you folks, cracking jokes, brainstorming, all that good stuff. And if you lurk, that's great too. But the fact that you took the time out of your day to have this bug rambling on and drawing in the background means more to me than you could possibly imagine. and don't let anyone tell you otherwise. All right, let's go support the honey. Let's go support them in beating up a goat. And I hope you all have a good night, for tomorrow, and a great weekend. Oh, right, I'll see you all tomorrow for regular Elden Ring. You all take care now. Laters.